Raising arms!
Now for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, please stand for the national anthem. Tomorrow will mark 20 years since the tragic day of September 11, 2001. A tragic day for Americans. How a casual Tuesday for citizens of New York City became a devastating day for all of America within hours. Both buildings of the Twin Towers collapsed on this day. This was caused by the militant Islamic group Al-Qaeda and their leader Osama bin Laden. They transformed ordinary passenger jets into guided missiles. The death count on this day was 2,977 Americans. This is one of America's most tragic days, and we will never forget the lives lost, family members and loved ones gone in the process.
How are you, Mr. Alex?
I'm okay, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So I want to ask you some questions about 9/11.
Absolutely.
Okay, so first one starting, when 9/11 was happening, like, where were you?
I still remember the exact day. It's probably one of my most vivid memories. I was in third grade. We were in class. I believe we were going over vocab or something like that, and then an intercom. The PA came over, and our principal at the time said, "Hey guys, something tragic just happened. Your parents are coming to pick you up. Everybody's going home. We're not going to have school for the rest of the day." Sorry, I gotta have that on. Yeah. So, and then I remember no one really told us what was going on, but I was in third grade, so we were in elementary school, so no one was really all that scared. We were excited actually that we got to go home early. Me and my friends, I remember, were all pretty happy about that. And then I remember going home. I remember it was just me and my mom. I forget where my sister was. She might have been in her room, but my dad was at work. And I remember my mom watching the news, crying over and over and over, and we're trying to figure out what was happening. And then I saw the plane, going to the tower and the whole 9 yards from there. And it was really, at that time, I was so naive. Like I said, I was only in third grade. And so at that time we're watching, I'm like, oh wow, that sucks. There's a lot going on. I'm gonna go play video games, right? And then after I was done playing video games, I come out, my mom's still crying, and the news is still on. And back then it was, at least in my house, we had just cable, right? So like DVRs, TiVo, DVDs weren't even a real thing yet. So it's just on every channel. I'm trying to watch my cartoons. I'm trying to watch my evening shows. Can't, because this is all over the news. And I remember at that point getting frustrated, which looking back now, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
So that was the day. I just remember I was down here in West Palm Beach, Florida. I went to Frontier Elementary School. It was the first year that school was built. And then we got to go home.
Perfect. Second thing I want to ask you is, how has 9/11 affect you as a person today, in this point in time?
Yeah, and that's a really good question, because now that we're a lot older, we kind of get an understanding and a grasp of things now. So, like I said, back then, it was kind of like, wow, this sucks, let's move on. Nowadays, it really hits a lot differently. Nowadays, when I look at the videos and I watch the movies and I talk about it with students who weren't even born yet at the time, which is weird to start off with, right? It's weird that there's people around who weren't around for that. There's a lot more sorrow, a lot more deepness to it. I've heard the voice recordings and I've watched documentaries, and a lot of times now it does bring a tear to my eye now that we have a grasp and understanding of what actually happened and what was actually going on. Looking back, it's actually kind of scary of what we allowed in this country. Nowadays with TSA and airports and everything, you have to take off your shoes, you can't bring any bottles, there's all these really strict rules. Back then, man, we would just go through the metal detector and get on the plane. And so I'm kind of grateful for all the stuff in place, even though it is a nuisance. But looking at what can happen or what could have happened back then is still very scary, and what did happen. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And then last question, for the newer generation and for all the freshmen, for the underclassmen that just came here, what do you think is the most important takeaway from 9/11?
First off, I would love the students and the young generation today, I would love for them to understand the significance and how that actually impacted the world. Because that wasn't just the United States Trade Center, that was the World Trade Center. The world shut down for about a week. The kids today, they learn about it in textbooks and on the computers, and there are movies, but it doesn't really show the reality of everything that was happening. There were so many countless lives that were lost that day, and people are still being affected by it today. I mean, everybody loves Pete Davidson, right? He was dating the Kardashian girl. His father was one of the first responders to pass away in 9/11. It still has an impact on today, and I would love for them to understand that. I would love for the new generation to understand the severity about it, and I would love for them to really have an interest in learning about it. That would be my tip for today's generation.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Alex, for this interview. Thank you for giving us the time to kind of record this.
Hey, it was my pleasure, Jack. It's always a great time talking with you, all right?
All right. Perfect.
United States of 13 original colonies. 1550 stars in the flag that billows so beautifully in the breeze. Each individual state contributes a quality that is great. Each individual state deserves a bow. Let's salute them now. Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming, North, South, East, West. They are cool, considered, objective, unprejudiced opinion. Florida is the best of the 15 empty United States, 15 original colonies, 15 empty stars in the flag that billows so beautifully in the breeze. Each individual state continues to quality that is great. Each individual state deserves a bow. Let's salute them now. 15 empty United States from 13 original colonies. And unto you, yes,
Now we have a video presentation. Viewers' discretion is advised. Certain scenes can be hard to listen to.
American 11, are you trying to call?
The cockpit is not answering their phone. Our number 1 has been staffed and our 5 has been staffed.
Hey, I'm going to call from Washington. I have a situation with American 11, a possible hijack.
What's going on, Betty? The aircraft is erratic again. Problem, very erratic. Betty, talk to me. Betty, are you there? Betty? Betty? The plane just What? The 737?
It what?
Like the World Trade Center. Who are you talking to?
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
United 175, New York. We have some problems over here right now. We might have a hijack over here, 2 of them. Jules, this is Ryan. Lives on an airplane that's been hijacked. If things don't go well, and it's not looking good, I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do good. So have a good time. Same to my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you, and I will see you later. Bye, babe.
What are those people gonna do? All the elevators are blocked out.
Oh my God! So both towers are now.
Okay, now I got an aircraft 6 miles east of the White House.
Hello? Crystal City, just north of Crystal City.
Just to the north of your town.
Yeah, stop all departures.
Pentagon just got hit. Don't put in that. God damn it, I can't even protect my NCA.
United 93, that traffic through is 1 o'clock, 12 miles eastbound 370.
Negative contact, we're looking United 93.
United 93, Cleveland, if you hear the center right then.
I got that bit to dock. Keep remaining sitting. We have the ball for
Tuesday, 9:47 a.m.
Hi, baby. Baby, you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. I want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
We're 56865. We have, I believe it is a Boeing 757. Can you see him up there, sir?
That's confirmed. It looks like he's rocking his wings.
Roger.
He's rocking back and forth.
Number 56865, I advise you stay away from that aircraft. Go north as fast as you can.
United 93, have you got information on that yet?
Yeah, he's down.
He's down?
Yes.
When did he land?
He did not land.
Oh, he's down?
Yes,
Down?
somewhere up northeast of Camp David.
Sean, it's me. I just want to let you know I love you, and I'm stuck in this building in New York. Please
want some smoke, and we just wanted you to know that I love you always.
At number 2 World Trade Center, right. Lady is Stevens in the walking. We're not ready to die, but it's getting bad.
I'm on the 83rd floor. I'm gonna die, aren't I? No. I'm gonna die.
Liv, say your prayers. We're gonna think positive because you gotta help each other get off the floor. Now.
That's a new type of war. That's what it is.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife.
I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA.
From the lakes of Minnesota
to the hills of Tennessee,
across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say,
Oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless, please bless the USA.
The 13 folds of our flag shows a great value to our American life.
The first fold of our flag is a symbol of life.
The second fold is a symbol of our belief in eternal life.
The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of the veteran departing our ranks, and who gave a portion of his or her life for the defense of our country to attain peace throughout the world.
The fourth fold represents our weaker nature. As American citizens trusting in God, it is Him we turn to in times of peace, as well as in times of war, for His divine guidance.
The fifth fold is a tribute to our country. In the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, in dealing with other countries, may not always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong.
The sixth fold is where our heart lies. It is with our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic.
The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day.
The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood. It has been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion that has molded the character of the men and women who have made this country great.
The 10th fold is tribute to Father, who has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country since he or she was first born.
The 11th fold represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The 12th fold represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
The 13th and last fold, when the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our national motto, "In God We Trust."
The 13 folds of our flag